Hi, I'm Mike. This is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at making a leather sheath for the Morakniv Companion. Stick around. Maybe we'll learn something together. Okay, those of you who've watched my channel know that I love the Morakniv Companion. I think it's a great knife. It's a little bit small, but it does a really great job at what it is. Well, I don't like the sheath for it. The sheath, the belt loop system for it, doesn't fit the heavy-duty gun belt that I wear with a steel core. The belt's too thick for it, so the sheath won't stay on. So I have to make another one. What I'm gonna make is a dangler sheath. It's gonna be a basic wraparound pocket style sheath. It's gonna have a ring up here for a dangler loop to fit in, so that when I go to sit down it goes and moves out of the way. It's going to be a welted sheath, so when I do my pattern, you know, I have to account for that. So this piece goes in there. That's the pattern that's going to be for the welt. Okay, and that's going to protect the threads and whatnot from getting cut up. So let's go ahead and lay this out and cut it. To make the sheath, I'm going to use some heavy vegetable tan leather for the body of it, and then this cowhide splits for the welt. Make sure you put some kind of backer under your leather so you don't cut your table up. And what the hell, since this is going to be the sheath for my Mora, I'm going to use my Mora to craft it. You can see where I'm going with this. Normally I would sew this, but today I'm going to use these two-piece cap rivets. What you do is you make a hole, you put this piece through the leather, you put this cap on the other end, and you whack it with a hammer, and it seals itself in, it locks it in, and it'll lock the leather in between. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. Okay, we have a rivet started in the back. Through that piece of leather, through that piece of leather, have our split ring in there, fold it over, put on the cap, give her a couple whacks to try and seat this. Here we go, one riveted on piece. Now, I'm going to go ahead and punch my holes through here and rivet those with a shorter rivet, because I don't need to go through 3 pieces of leather, just 2. There we go. Now, what I need to do is glue the welt in and glue this shut. Mark my holes, mark my stitch lines and whatnot, stitch this together. I think I'm also going to put a couple rivets, one there and one there, maybe one there, just to kind of seal everything in. Plus, rivet on the tab that's going to hold the ferro rod. Okay, so now that I have this sewn in, I went ahead and drilled some holes at the corners there, and I didn't punch them, I drilled them. Now I'm going to go ahead and put 3 more of those rivets in. And there we have those rivets attached. Now I'm going to go ahead and dye everything before I do the loop. What I'm planning to do with the loop is punch a couple holes there, install a snap, and install a snap here so I can then put the sheath on without taking my belt off. For those that didn't see my video on making the mask for the Harbor Freight hatch I modified, a little bit of a crash course on dyeing leather. First, you want to make sure that you dampen the leather if you're going to use this particular dye, which is 5-Ing's leather dye. It's not an oil-based dye or anything like that. So dampening the leather is going to go ahead and help this take a more even coat. I like to put my dye on in circular motion to try and cover everything evenly so that there's less streaks. If you just go like this up and down, you can leave streaks. But if you go in a circular motion and you overlap, it's less likely to leave blotches and streaks in it. I say less likely, not 100% foolproof. You know, anytime you're dealing with a natural material, you run the risk of things not going exactly as planned. And here we are with the finished dangler sheath for my Morakniv Companion. This, I put a snap on it, on the dangler loop, so I can take the knife on and off when I have my belt on, so I don't have to take it all off. Has a loop for my ferro rod. Ferro rod is held in by tension from the shot cord that I put on the handle of it, so that'll keep it in there pretty secure. The handle I installed with epoxy and that brass pin that goes all the way through, so the handle's not coming off. I know that's a concern with a lot of ferro rods, so there we have it. Leather sheath for my Morakniv Companion. I'm Mike, this is a bunch of Guns and Gear Reviews. If you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe. If you are a subscriber, make sure that you hit the notification icon so that you can know when I post a new video. If you really like what you saw, become one of my budget buddies on Patreon. You'll get exclusive first looks, plus video chats, ask me anythings, etc. It's all $1 a month. And as always, come on back. Maybe we'll learn something together.